My name is Cheryl Rodness, and I am the head of corporate brand at Quest Global. Today, I am joined by David Suzuki, well-known environmentalist, advocate for a clean earth, and world-renowned in his field. We're going to be talking about how we can engineer a better future and David's perspective on the environment today. So let's get started.
Thanks for having me here. It's an honor to be here.
Thank you so much, David. As a fellow Canadian, I am honored to be speaking with you today. So let's get started. My understanding is that you joined an organization called the Planetary Guardians in 2023, which is a conglomerate of business people, organizations, and advocates like yourself to help create a better sustainable future. Can you tell me a little bit about that organization?
Well, it's I don't know who initiated it, but I think Richard Branson has been really active in funding this group. Mary Robinson, the former president of Ireland, is a prominent member of it, and a number of very prominent environmentalists. And I think it is an attempt to gather together people around the world who have been working for years, like Jane Goodall and Sylvia Earle, on environmental issues. I think to use their celebrity as environmentalists to spread the word that we're in trouble. And the reason is they've chosen Johann Rockström's work. Johann Rockström is the head of the Potsdam Institute in Berlin. And about 15 years ago, he began to say, look, humans are like any other animal. We live on the planet, and we have to live within boundaries that are set by nature. And he defined 10 boundaries that any species has to live within if they're to survive. And they're things like the amount of carbon in the atmosphere, the ozone layer, the pH of the oceans, the amount of available fresh water, the nitrogen cycle, the phosphorus cycle. We as animals are as subject to those boundaries as any other organism. And so he's defined 9 of these boundaries. We must not push through any of these boundaries. We have pulled back from the danger zone on ozone. That's been one of the very few success stories. But I have to tell your audience, last year in New York, I attended a Planetary Guardian meeting in which he told us we have passed 6 of the 9 boundaries. Now, if we pass 1, we should be terribly worried. And he said, we're soon going to pass the 7th. This year, in fact, we passed 7 of the 9 boundaries. So, I mean, that is absolutely shocking. And he says, I hope he's right, we have 5 years to pull back out of the danger zone. We're already into chaotic conditions, but we can avoid the absolute chaos if we pull back in 5 years.
And so what do you think we need to do in order to pull back?
Well, we cannot go on looking for incremental change. That is, oh, well, we'll try to reduce our footprint, or we'll pay for carbon credits so that we are trying to reduce our emissions somehow, but we're not going to reduce them, so we'll buy credits from someone else. Those are not going to work. We have to have fundamental change in every aspect of the way that we live. And of course, speaking to business people, that's going to be a huge challenge. If you're trying to exist within the economic system that we live in and keep your company profitable and so on, that's not deep enough. It's not enough.
But economic systems are fundamental to life and to progress. So if you think about it, how do we get companies or businesses understanding that they're designed for profitability to work with advocates like yourself?
I'm sorry, we have to go back. Long before there was ever an economy, humans lived on this planet. And for 200,000 years, we didn't have an economy.
But we have an economy today, and we're never going to change that.
Civilization as we know it is now utterly dependent on the economic system that we built. And this is the crisis.
But we're never going to reverse that, David. Business is what it is, and economies will continue to progress and develop. You're never going to stop a corporation from saying that it wants to build a profit.
What that is leading to is businesses that know they're contributing to the problem of climate change, and they're saying, no, we can't do anything about it.
But I don't agree with that. I don't think that they're saying they can't do anything about it. I'm saying, how do we rethink the system so that you can enable businesses continue and grow, economies continue to flourish, but then think about how we are designing. If you think about the engineer and what they're doing to develop products.
It's too shallow a statement you're making. I am saying that the economic system that we've constructed is built on human inventiveness and human productivity, but the very foundation of our existence, namely the earth and nature itself, is not in that. Look, the problem is this: eco. Ecos is the Greek word for our home or our domain. Ecology is the study of home, to find out what are the principles that enable any species to exist, to flourish, and to be sustainable. Economics is the management of home. Economics, surely, before you do anything, should be saying, wait, what are the principles ecologists are studying? We must not do anything that will violate those principles. That's what Johann Rockström's planetary boundaries are all about. The ecology, the principles, surely have to come first. Amazon, the rainforest, the greatest terrestrial ecosystem on the planet, has no economic value until it is logged, mined, dammed, or grows soybeans, cattle, or houses. There is the fundamental problem. Nature has no value in the economic system until we use it in some way.
So what would you propose is the answer?
Well, the answer is nature has to dictate what we do. The foundation of the economy, and we believe that we can have this human-created system that can grow forever, and it can't.